KGNC Radio, I'm David Lovejoy. I'm sitting down with Dr. Eddie Sauer, running for the Place 3 seat of the City Council. Welcome, Dr. Sauer.
Thank you, David. It's a pleasure to be here. I appreciate the opportunity.
Well, thank you, sir. Let's jump right into it. What made you decide to run for City Council?
Really, what I would tell you made me decide that I wanted to run for City Council was I wanted to see there be a tone changed on City Council. It just was set up in such a way that we were losing the trust and the respect of the citizens. And I want to make for sure that we're going to return that trust and that respect and have some stability on City Council. Actually, Amarillo's been really good to me. I'm a lifelong resident, owned a business this entire time, and that's what my life has been devoted to. And I've got 4 girls. And I've got triplets, and the triplets are graduating from college right now.
Congratulations.
Thanks, I appreciate that. It's a great thing to get done.
Yes.
It is. But now then when I look at that and I see how good Amarillo has been to us, I'm looking and I'm going, the first question my wife Tina and I were asking each other is, what have we got to do that our girls want to come back to Amarillo and raise their families here too? And so that's the things that really have started pushing me towards wanting to run for office.
On that same note, what is the first issue in the city that you will address if you're elected?
Well, honestly, it goes right back to what the main reason that I'm running is. Here's what's got to happen. We've got to get things done in Amarillo, and we want to move Amarillo forward, but we've got to do it with respect. And so we've got to restore the respect and the trust of the people of Amarillo. And even after this past couple of years, I think there's probably even been some trust with the employees and the City Council. And so we've got to do that because that's how customer service is, and that's how it's kind of like this. If I go to work in the morning and I'm in a terrible mood, then that's going to reflect with all of my staff too. And it's going to then reflect on the way they handle patients. And I don't believe that it's any different in the city. And so whenever you've got a lot of turmoil that's going on and they don't seem to be able to come to a consensus and an agreement, then that just trickles on down. So that is the first thing I want to see change.
To see that change. Many people see the current City Council sort of like a dysfunctional family. What would you do to remedy that situation?
Well, that's actually pretty easy to do. And the easy way to do that is going to be we can have plenty of discourse and we can even disagree. But whenever it comes down to the end and we make a vote, then we all get on board and we're on the same page and we move forward. And I can tell you, with treating my patients that I've seen for the past 30 years, that's what my responsibility has been, is to help them negotiate through all the issues that they have health-wise and financial-wise, because, healthcare is not inexpensive.
Right.
And so we've got to find a way to negotiate through that, and whenever we come to an agreement, then we've got to move forward in the best interest of everybody that's involved. And I believe that's how we do that.
How we can work with it. A lot of focus has been put on the downtown revitalization. What about other areas of the city?
Oh my, that's probably the most important thing. We've got things that have started in downtown, and I do believe that we need to continue to pursue those to their finality. I want to see it done on time, in budget. But that's not where we stop. I mean, we've got to make for sure that we are spreading out the economic development in all parts of the city. And I think where that ends up coming in from some of the developers I've talked to and from some of the people that are in the realtor business and all of that, we've got to cut the red tape and we've got to streamline the city services. Right. So that we can help it move and spread out. Because you know what, this is not North Amarillo, South, East, or West. This is the city of Amarillo, and we are one people, and so we need to make for sure that we're spreading this out all across the town.
Across the board. If elected, how accessible will you be to the public?
Well, you know what? All my patients have got my cell phone number if they need to get a hold of me. My business card has my cell phone number on it. I'm going to be accessible. I mean, I have to be accessible. Otherwise, then it kind of defeats the purpose of why I'm running.
While you're running. Anything you want to tell the public out there about your campaign and about yourself in this upcoming election?
Well, here's what I would tell you. Not only do we want to change the tone on city council, which sets the standard, but I believe that we've got to take care of our community. I appreciate the fact that they've started the the 5-year capital improvements project, but we've got to go a lot further than that as far as taking care of our roads. If you look at that, it's not addressing all of the streets, and we've got a lot of streets in Amarillo, and they've got about a 10-year lifespan, and we've got to have something developed, a long-term plan for that. Not only do we have to have a long-term plan for that part of it, we need to make for sure that we're cutting the red tape, we're streamlining things so that economic development can be all over town, and we've got to make for sure that our neighborhoods are safe. I would love if we could get the safety back in the neighborhoods like whenever I was a kid. We'd go out on our bicycle and I'd hear my mom whistle, and that meant I needed to get my tail back home. So I want to make for sure that we're doing the very best we can to provide the police the things that they need to help keep us safe, the fire department, our first responders. All of those things are real important. And I think that we need to make our city clean, which means we need to be looking at I-40 corridor and the I-27 corridor, and that goes back, I think, to economic development, because, we've got 8 million people coming down I-40, and they look at our city and they've got a 10-minute window, and boom, and they're going to make a first decision. And we need to make it one of our priorities. We need to make it so that whenever they drive through our town, they want to stop, they want to eat, they want to stay, they want to play, and then what's going to come out of that is we're going to have some of those that are going to go, man, I really like Amarillo. I want to move here and I want to raise my family here. And so I think those are the things that are really, really important and will help develop our city and move our city much further into the future. I kind of look at it this way. I don't want my children to come and have to rebuild the foundations. That's my responsibility, and that's our responsibility. We want a foundation that's been laid so well, and we've had such forward-thinking city fathers before us. We've got this great foundation. We want to build it up so that they're building on our ceilings and going to the next level, and they're not having to repair and redo the foundations. So I would tell you that's what I'm the most interested in.
Well, thank you, Doctor, for coming into KGNC and talking with us. Good luck in your campaign and in the election May 6th. And thank you for dropping by.
Well, thanks, David. I appreciate it very much.
All right. KGNC Radio, meet the candidates. Dr. Eddie Sauer, running for Place 3 council seat on the Amarillo City Council. Thank you, sir. Have a great day.
Thank you.